Hey guys, I'm here to review and recap episode 3 of the Impact Atlanta. So Tucson is throwing this welcome home party to Ari, talking about he hoping make her realize how good she had it in Atlanta and how good Atlanta is. Ari do not want to stay there. She gonna be there for the summer for Yosan, and she is going back to Miami. She might even end up leaving Yosan with her sisters. But one thing about it, she's not gonna stay in Atlanta. Ari don't like Atlanta no more. Just how she said when she outgrew Chicago, she outgrew Chicago. She done with Atlanta, child. So before Ari gets there, Keisha and Tucson asked Gloss up how was her single release party, and she said it was good, but it got a little messy. Keisha said how it got messy, and Gloss was like, Julian, your friend who you introduced me to? And Keisha was like, what happened? And Gloss was like, you gotta ask Tori. Basically, I'm not about to repeat that he said Tori managed cheating on her. So now Tucson and Keisha calling Tori over. One thing I must say, Keisha, you introduced Julian to the show and you said he's your best friend. So if he opened his mouth to Gloss up that easily about Rich the Kid supposedly cheating on Tori, I'm pretty sure you already know that Rich the Kid is supposedly cheating on Tori. And you was just sitting there with Ari while Tori was crying about her relationship and everything. Maybe that's why Keisha was so quiet, because I told y'all Ari was the one who was telling her like, oh, if a man cheat on you, that don't mean he don't love you, this, that, and the third. Keisha basically wasn't saying much, and all she did say was that her man don't cheat on her. And Gloss Up is like, I just don't understand why that information got dropped off to me. Like, why did I get thrown in the middle? But it gave Julian wanted Gloss to do his dirty work for whatever reason. Like, why you couldn't just say that to her face? Because you was with Tori the other day, too. So Ari came, and while she was happy and appreciative, she did say that welcome back sign is a little bit much. I'm just here to kick it. I feel like I'm having so much fun in Miami. Y'all should all pack up and move to Miami. Ari is not coming back to Atlanta. As far as Remedy goes, Ari says she wants to get real rich off the business and then sell it and delete her Instagram. And honestly, I can see her doing that. She's been in the public eye for a long time, through a lot of toxic stuff. She's constantly getting dragged, called jigsaw, and all of that. And a lot of people do sell their businesses after they can make enough money off of it, and then they disappear and continue collecting the check. So Carly and Daybella, which is Lyndon on the Track's baby mom and Carly's longtime best friend, they're getting together to talk about the fact that Gloss said Julian was questioning their friendship and spreading information about how they had fell out before and he want to know why and all this stuff. And they basically explained that when they did have some distance, it was because Daybella had just became a mom. Her baby dad is London on the Track, so we could imagine how active he is or how much drama he caused her. I know she had to get him to take a paternity test. And then also her child is autistic. So she was dealing with that. She said she was in a dark place and she just really didn't know how to have other relationships or focus on anything other than her child. Carly, on the other hand, was with Young Thug, a girlfriend, an influencer, and just focused on being in that world and that life. Now, that does kind of explain why Julian said he felt like Carly might have been fake. Because I feel like if your friend is going through all of that and you just a girlfriend living it up, Young Thug girlfriend, you should have been there for your friend. But Daybella could have also just been not responsive because she said herself that she didn't know how to have relationships at that time. So none of us really know the truth. So Julian should have never been speaking on it. So Ari is meeting Tucson and Keisha for lunch, and when she comes in, she's crying. So they're like, what's going on? And she's like, I was having a whole meltdown before I came to meet, and they show the tweets. So Moneybag Yo said, watch out for people in your life that look for a reason to fall out with you. Ari said, you ain't really trying to play this game, is you? I'll finish it on this bitch. She said she feel like he be trying to be slick, throwing subs at her on Twitter, and the fans might not know it's about her, but she know he's talking about her. Keisha says she not fucking with Ari no more. She can't take no more shots. Ari welcome back party was a time. We saw a little clip of Ari just flashing the whole table like, so they said what happens at the party stays at the party. So Ari and Tucson saying they ain't never heard of Julian. They don't know who he is. They never seen his Instagram or nothing. So they feel like he's just trying to get his name out there. Like trying to stir up mess in the Atlanta scene. I feel like Keisha is aligned with the wrong person, but that's her friend. So, I mean, coming into this group, what is she supposed to do? That's like if you got a messy friend who's loyal to you and then you bring them around other people. You know they're going to be messy, but you still got to be loyal to them because they loyal to you. I just probably wouldn't have brought Julian around my friends or people I like, knowing how he gets down. Ari says she will 100% get married to Moneybag Yo if they pass a law that says if your husband cheats on you while you're married, you can legally kill him. So Gloss Up is talking about this song, Not Your Girl, that she's promoting. And she said that it was inspired by her getting her feelings hurt and thinking she had the support of her partner at the time, which was Huncho. But then he popped out with Keisha Cole. And she said he is on the project, but the song was already done and she wasn't going to throw the song away. It's still a breakup album. So Tucson came to Gloss's Not Your Girl photo shoot. He bought her some of his rare smoke. So now they about to sit down and talk. And I always found Tucson funny, but now that I know the situation going on with him and Ari, I'm just starting to see him a little different, even though that hasn't happened yet on the show. When he gave Gloss the rare smoke, he said, oh yeah, we've been building a bond, but she also got a huge following on social media, so she's the right person to give it to. That low-key gave opportunists. Like, are you only friends with people who you feel like you could give them stuff to promote your business? So they find out that they both cancers. Tucson birthday July 7th. Gloss birthday is July 16th. So they're going to do a joint birthday event. That's interesting though, because Ari's birthday is July 12th. So I wonder if Ari's even going to go to that event or be included. And then Tucson, why haven't you and Ari ever done y'all birthday together? Or have they? So Gloss said she want to invite Carlay. Tucson said he don't know if Gloss trying to mend stuff between him and Carlay when it can't be mended, or if she trying to be messy. But Gloss up said y'all need to handle that as adults, and I'm inviting her. So we see Moneybagg and Ari was like, I done told everybody me and him are done, and we back together. I just be being dramatic. And Ari said, I'm trying to figure out who all these bitches you talking about in your songs. You said somebody love you so much they flew themselves out. I would never do that. So you can't be talking about me. She said, let me find out if some cap in your rap. But girl, bye. You know that man's still cheating. He just doing it better now and being more careful. She talking about when she think about it, that's a good man and she got to ease up. So we see them at Moneybagg Yo album release party, and now he's about to go on tour. So we saw Keisha previewing some songs, Fine as Fuck and Madonna. She did one of those on the block things, you know, when they be having the mic hanging down and the people be rapping. So Coca told Keisha to stay out of that situation with Julian. He don't want her in no drama. So Julian just came. Julian takes no accountability. He says he didn't send Gloss to do anything when he really did. She didn't have to do it, but he did send her to do it because he told her, oh, here's something for you to talk about at your party. Make them girls talk. And he's like, oh, it's only considered shady because Tori's gagged. No, it would be shady regardless if you said that somebody's man was cheating on them, whether the woman knew or not. Sometimes women know that they're getting cheated on, but they don't want the whole world to know. They don't want the embarrassment. And he's really sitting there trying to say Tori shouldn't have said all niggas nigga, and he felt the way about that. Julian, you're just messy, because that's not even a real reason. He said he don't respect insecure women, and he don't respect women who stand by men who cheat on them. And Keisha said, I think you need to apologize. So Keisha invites Julian to Tucson and Gloss's birthday party because she said that Gloss will be there and Tori will be there so they can all talk. So we're at Gloss's and Tucson's kickball birthday party. Like, it's like a field day. So Carlay came, but I see she brought a bunch of people with her. So Gloss Up's team had Carlay and Daybella and all of Carlay's people because she brought like 2 other people. So Tucson kept talking on the mic, low-key dragging their team. Tucson team had on blue and Gloss team had on yellow. He was calling them the yellow slow bus. So Carlay and Daybella was getting offended, like, he forgetting that it's Gloss' birthday too. It's not really coming off as a joke no more. So Tucson ended up giving the microphone to Gloss, but he asked her who was she giving it to, and she said she was keeping it. But Gloss ended up giving it to Carlay. And then Tucson ran over and was like, no, she can't have the microphone. So they had a little tussle over the microphone. It's a bullhorn, actually. That's what I'm supposed to be saying, y'all. It's a bullhorn. This low-key the second time that they kind of had a physical altercation, like not a fight, but like a physical altercation of some sort. So Carlay was like, yeah, hair falling out in the back, bitch. And Tucson said, I'm not arguing with you. I'm going to leave you like Young Thug did. And basically everybody kind of saying Tucson is doing too much. He's a man. Even Ari said it was too sassy. So at that point, Tucson was like, all right, I'm done. The game is over. So everybody walked off the field. And Ari said Tucson dead wrong. She confused on why he's so mad. And I'm just like, damn, Gloss Up, your birthday got ruined. You should have never combined it with Tucson. Like I said, you was better off trying to combine something with Ari. She fell right in between y'all. And everybody just agrees, bottom line, you're a man, that's a woman. If you wanted your mic back or your bullhorn back, you should have just asked for it back. You don't go up to her and snatch it and get into a physical situation with her. Especially when y'all already not on good terms and y'all not in a playing space. So after that, they went to do the little barbecue part. Julian comes in talking about, hey, y'all, sorry I'm late. I was having sex. We don't give a fuck. Like, don't fucking tell me that. So when he introduced himself to Ari, she was just like, yeah, I've heard so much about you in such a short time. He's like, okay, period, taking it as a compliment. It hasn't been good things. It's been about you being messy. So Gloss Up told Julian to take his shades off. And then Daybella was like, what was that you had to say about me and Carlay? And he was like, I just said I heard y'all fell out. And she was like, yeah, well, that was some high school shit. And he was like, if that's what it was, then that's what it was. I was basically just saying everything I had heard or knew about the people we had met up with. And he was like, oh, no shade. When y'all was young and doing y'all thing, I was like 13. Exactly. That's why you should have never been speaking on it, because you have no idea. And you shouldn't even care. But like Daybella said, it's given, this is you looking for your way in. Just dropping little bits of tea that you think you got to get your name buzzing around. And that's giving clout chaser. So Gloss Up told Julian, well, you know, I sent the messages. You told me to send the message to Tori, and you told me to send the message to Daybella and Carlay. So I sent the messages. And he was like, yeah, but you know, I didn't send you to do nothing, Gloss. And she said, so what you do then? He's sitting there talking about, oh, Tori, I was not trying to be messy. I was not trying to send her to come back and talk about you. I fucked with you, but I was conflicted because I still knew this other information. Julian is a pussy. He liked to talk that shit. And then when everybody checking him about everything he said, he trying to downplay everything he said and acting like it was just not coming from a place of messiness or it wasn't coming from a place of malice, but it really was. And Gloss was like, yeah, I really don't understand why you brought it to me because I'm new. I really don't know you. I really don't know none of these people. So you can't be surprised that I told them what you said. And Gloss was like, Julian is basically lying and I guess he got amnesia. Trying to tell Tori he mad because she asked him what he left his last boyfriend for. Shut up. Like, Julian is an extra. Like, he's not a main cast member and he don't even need to be here. He's getting on my nerves. Ari was laughing, saying that Tori checked Julian. And then, Tori let it go. She hugged it out with Julian because he was acting like he ain't want no smoke. But he just said in his confessionals that he wasn't ducking no smoke. But you definitely ain't come with that same energy that you had when you sat down with Gloss Up or when you sat down with Keisha. And even Tori said, like, he sounded like he backtracking, so we not about to bully him. And Gloss Up was like, I thought he was cool, but now I see he just a bullshit carrier. So it's like, you just got exposed to everybody in the group. Like, nobody gonna trust you. And Keisha, you should see your friend ain't shit. And he trying to put the blame on Gloss in his confessional, talking about, I'm not sorry for what I said because it was all true. I really do got a friend that's effing Rich the Kid. But what I'm sorry for is that Gloss went and opened her mouth and it became the mouth of the South. But we saw the clip of you telling her to say it at her party and make the girls talk. And here comes the drama and the Ari and Tucson storyline. So Ari pulls out the $20,000 check and tells Tucson that this is for his birthday. But as we know, it doesn't seem like he's going to get it. So nobody else was really excited for Tucson because everybody felt like he was wrong at the party. So Ari was like, I ought to take the check from you because you dead ass wrong. And in her confessional, she was just like, it's time that me and Tucson really have a conversation. Like, it's time for me to check him as a friend. And Ari says she's just starting to realize Tucson want to be the center of attention all the time, which I agree with, which is why he pushed himself onto Dinner with the Don. And she said this is not good for her and she ready to go back to Miami. So for the preview for next week's episode, the main thing that stuck out to me is that Tucson is going to sit down with Ari and tell her that he's been thinking about having a baby. Let me find out he about to pull a Zell swag. So I'll see y'all next week for the Impact ATL Season 3, Episode 4. Bye.